Hello and welcome to which one are we recording now?
What? Yeah.
Drinky
You've
Talky.
just called it Drinky Talk with no idea what number it is.
141.
Yeah.
It's 140.
Where are you getting this from? I'm looking at screens everywhere.
Bookmarks folder, top.
Ah, right. I blame this.
Yeah. Been a couple of weeks, but we're back, and we'll.
I like it bi-weekly.
I am liking the bi-weekly thing.
It means we don't have to cram in, well, shit. Let's be honest.
Yeah, we don't have to fill in
those
many
crap
shit
stories that we put in there. We don't have to anymore. So, just the good stuff. Lindsay Lohan is trying to sue over GTA 5. Oh God!
Well done. Well, what is it? Yeah, apparently she's suing Rockstar because of her likeness being used in GTA 5. Because one, she claims that the woman on the cover of GTA is her, despite the fact that it's being clearly recognised as Kate Upton or any other female blonde star in a red bikini.
Well, this is the problem, isn't it? First of all, Lindsay, it looks
You're
nothing
a ginger.
like you.
No. Let's get this right. First of all, Lindsay, you're a ginger. The woman on the cover's blonde.
She dyes her hair, right? Let's rule that one out.
Well, when it's not falling out from the coke.
Yeah. Okay. Secondly, Lindsay is covered in freckles. Not a single freckle is on that image. Thirdly, she's not a coke-riddled addict, which I think is the clincher, really, in this scenario.
But what also doesn't really go in her favour is that she's claiming they used her likeness for the character on the box art, and for a different, very different looking character within the game.
Yeah,
she can't have both.
I think what she's claiming is one of them is her antics, and the other one is her image. Yeah. But either way, the entire game is satire and taking the piss.
It could be any generic Hollywood misfit coke addict.
Exactly, there's enough of them.
It could just as easily be Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, it could be Perez Hilton.
I'm starting to think she's just trolling.
Well, no,
purely.
she needs money. Because
of course, to fuel the coke addict. Of course, it makes sense. We have another troll, though.
We do have. I am quite proud of this troll. I am.
It's hard to be angry.
You can't. I know a lot of people have been mad at him, but you can't. The Survivor 2299 ARG that's been going on for quite some time. Really elaborate, really detailed, really, really thick.
It was brilliantly done, though. I was following it from a distance. I'm one of those people that watches what other people do.
No, I love ARGs. I can't get enough of them.
Yeah.
From the outside.
To actually be in there trying to figure it out and knowing that smarter people are figuring it out. it's frustrating.
The only time I've ever been involved actually directly with an ARG was the Secret World one, where we were part of it.
Yeah.
Because we got sent the stuff from the PR department of Funcom.
Didn't Assassin's Creed have one within the game?
Yeah.
They had there was bits that were in Morse code, bits that were in hex, bits that kind of hidden amongst. I never actually could be bothered to translate them all. I started writing down the first few and translating them, and then I found a website where someone had done it all for me, so I thought, alright, good.
But yeah, the ARG was going on. It was supposed to hint to Fallout 4 being announced at the VGX Awards, and Bethesda 2 days before the VGX Awards went, don't expect anything because this ain't us.
It's absolute genius.
Then the guy behind it admitted it was fake.
Yeah.
And went, why? And then he was interviewed and asked why he did it, and his answer was quite typically, because I could. Because I could, and I thought it would be fun, and at an outside chance, it might force Bethesda's hand in announcing.
Didn't he actually say something on the lines of, I know I'm a bit of a douche.
Yeah.
But.
I know I'm a bit of a douche. But. And I don't know what the rest of that sentence was, but knowing the way the world works, we have both been sat there. I know I've done it, and I'm pretty sure you'll have done the same. Sat there at an ARG thinking, how could I dick with this? How could I get a site up or a bit of data up that will fuck them over and send them down the wrong thing?
Well, the great thing about ARGs is there is a lot of collaboration.
Yeah.
Somebody will post up like, oh, this actually translates to this in this language if you convert it through this, that. And people go, wow, that's fantastic. Right, let's use that and combine it with this. And you could have just made any of that. And I'm sure people have in the past just completely pulled something out their arse and gone, yeah, this script actually says that you should all donate money to this PayPal address.
I don't think that'd quite work.
That reminds me, did you see, it was a few weeks back now, but some kid at a student rally or something held up a sign that said, Mum, please send money, and a Bitcoin QR code type thing. I know that's probably not the term, but he held that up. He got like 10 grand out of it.
Nice.
Random strangers. Just Bitcoin seems to be full of people that mined it early on, have lots of it now, and think, fuck it, let's give some away. That's entirely what I understand of Bitcoin. Or it's full of people that mined a shit ton and lost it.
Yeah.
And are now kicking themselves and eating soup. Nothing but
you're a Reddit user. Yeah. And you know what Reddit's like. There's weird sections in there. Have you ever been to Random Act of Pizza?
I saw the original Random Act of Pizza.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it was the original. I saw the one with the cancer kid in hospital where
fucking pizza.
They put a sign up saying, please send pizza.
Yeah.
And Reddit got hold of it. And that probably might have been the birth of it. And they sent a shit ton of pizza to a point where they had to share it amongst everyone in the hospital, pretty much. But
Random Acts of Pizza is literally poor people, students, anybody who feels they need a pizza, being bought pizzas by people who go there. They're in a good mood. They're going to buy somebody else a pizza. And it's
the grand scheme of things, 15. Well, it's not even 15 quid.
Yeah.
£5 or £6 is nothing.
Yeah,
is
£5 is nothing.
And if you've got it and somebody hasn't,
if you're in the mood, and
it's that whole thing though. People do abuse it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there are people on there going, I would like free pizza, and they've got the money. They're just arseholes, and unfortunately the web is full of them.
But generally those people get weeded out and left behind and don't get pizza. There's a lot of Random Acts of Pizza threads that don't get answered. Because it's quite obvious when you're being attacked.
I know.
Quite obvious when you're being... But the Fallout 4 guy, actually, one of the reasons my hat is off to him is because of how much money he spent. He committed to the joke. He committed $1,000 to the joke.
Yeah. All credit to
he
him.
went as far as hiring art studios to do artwork, film studios to do trailers and videos. He hired the same domain registry company as Bethesda used so that the domain looked like it had been registered by them.
He thought of pretty much everything.
He went to every detail. Yeah, it could very well have been Bethesda doing it, but it wasn't.
The thing is now, if Bethesda try and do an ARG...
No, they can't.
Everyone's just going to go... you got to feel sorry for
them. Well, no. Now, if they want to do an ARG, they've got to top this guy.
Yeah. I'd hire him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would just bring him on board and have him do it again.
However, they didn't try and do an ARG to top him. They just kind of accidentally leaked the script for the casting call for Fallout 4.
Way to announce a game. Fucking Bethesda. They've ruined it, haven't they, really? We had this little nice way of doing it.
No, we didn't. It doesn't matter. Everybody knows they're working on Fallout 4. It would be the most retarded thing for a company to ever do if they were not.
Yeah, fair point. So, Desert Strike.
This is not...
Sorry, I'm going down the old franchises route. We've gone from Fallout. Desert Strike is the next one.
And this...
That is the king of comebacks, isn't it?
It is. It will be.
It's going to be destroyed, you know that, right?
No, I won't allow it.
I'm going to ruin Desert Strike.
I won't allow it. I will steal an Apache and I will take my vengeance on EA if they fuck this up.
If it comes back as more of a casual style game, fine.
I just want it to stay the same.
Yeah,
top down, blow the shit out of everything.
Think about what you did in Desert Strike. The entire thing really is a casual game.
Yeah.
You would go in, you would blow shit up, you'd collect enough fuel to stay in the air to get back to your ship.
Yeah.
After doing your mission. It's brilliant. It's simple. It's genius. Don't go back and play it. It's fucking fucking difficult. I can't.
No, every game back then was fucking difficult.
But in your mind, in my mind at least, I imagine it like a game I play on an iPad. I remember this kind of simple game. You go, kill, shoot, yeah, it's fine. Pick that up with my little hook thing. Yay, more bullets, more fuel, carry on.
I had that this last week with Resogun on the PS4. I thought, fuck it, this is going to be simple. It's a shoot, kill everything on the screen. That thing's fucking difficult.
Well, they made it twice as evil by giving you two routes for them to attack you from, really, didn't they? Because any other kind of space game, you're travelling in one direction.
No, but I've had them where they're coming 360, and I remember them as a kid coming through from every angle, and just thinking, oh my god, this is mental, and then doing it, and thinking, no, okay, it's not that difficult. And then I come back to this and going, what the fuck is going on? I am dead, why am I dead?
It's been a while since games were challenging, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because games always used to be the point where, I think it says it on the top of our Facebook.
Yeah.
They just get harder and faster until you die.
Yeah.
That was the point of games. It actually taught you that life sucks. You will die, and it doesn't matter what you do, just try your best.
Yeah.
Whereas now, games teach you, there's a wonderful story to be had. And you just think, fuck it, we don't need gameplay. I miss the old games a little bit, but tiny bit.
Desert Strike being trademarked means it might make a return, and that is great news for me. I might have to fire up Desert Strike. I'm sure I've got a copy somewhere.
I believe I have it on my arcade machine.
That needs to be cracked out.
Yeah, I tried to play it. It didn't end well. I'm like, this is easy, and I'm dead. I was taking off.
Jungle Strike as well.
Yes. Well. Was Jungle the original or was Desert the original?
I think Desert was the original and Jungle was the sequel.
I've still got, believe it or not, I've got the original PC CDs. I'm pretty sure they won't work, but I still have the original PC CDs.
Nice.
They're I don't have the big. You remember they used to come in boxes like this?
Yeah.
Let's take up as much of the world as we can with this box.
Well, the MMO franchise, the MMO genre never quite got away with it.
You put the biggest box possible and then put a tiny CD inside and a book and enough cardboard to build the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Used to structure this thing inside. But I've still got the CDs. I feel like we need to try and crack them out. I've got them, Full Throttle, and a couple of other old games.
Jesus Christ.
I've got, I think it was Z Soldiers or Z Soldiers.
Yeah.
I've got Theme Hospital.
Oh, Theme Hospital, Jesus Christ.
I've got quite a few classics on CD, but I don't think PCs recognise them these days.
VMware it.
Fair point.
VMware it, boot up a DOS box. Job done.
I wonder if there's anything I can do with the Pi.
You could probably do it on a Pi. You could probably put DOS on a Pi.
That's what I'm wondering. But anyway, I'll dig these out and we'll have to see. Let's have a play and see what we can do. Now there's a Let's Play you won't see anywhere else.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You've seen the birth or something. Right, what else have we got?
Sticking with registration, Sony have registered a Last of Us movie domain. In fact, several movie domains. I'm not against this.
I kind of am.
I'm not against this as long as they don't make a movie of the game. As long as they go the... again, Ubisoft doing brilliantly out of this. They're making Assassin's Creed films. Based in the universe, not on the game. If they do that with Last of Us and they make us an Outbreak film.
The only reason I'm against this is if somebody came to you...
Yep.
First of all, imagine you're Sony.
Yep.
Imagine you're a movie producer. Imagine anything like that.
Well, in Sony's defence, they do have their own publication studios and movie
this
studios.
is it. Imagine somebody's pitching to Sony.
Yeah.
And they came up and said, right, it's a zombie film. Out! It's only because it's Last of Us and only because it's a franchise that's on their console that they're interested in this.
Yeah.
Another zombie film right now. We've just had World War Z. ZZ.
Yeah, no. We had World War, the Let's Fuck Up the Book.
There's been
that thing was a travesty and a ball egg.
I've not seen it. I can't judge.
It's only topped by Hobbit.
Right, there's nothing wrong with Hobbit.
Apart from the fact that they've made the smallest book in the entire fucking collection into 3 films. and they took the 3 biggest books and turned them into 1 hour on film each.
Right, but this is the problem you've got. You're looking at this entirely from... I mean, you're doing it as a numbers game. You're going, there was 1, now there are 3.
No,
this is wrong.
No, I'm doing this from the fact that I read the goddamn books and half the shit that was in that film didn't fucking exist.
Why does it matter? It's still a good film. It's not supposed to be the book. It's supposed to be a Hobbit story. All he's done is thought, this story's lacking. Let's add a bit more in there. What's wrong with that? They're fleshing it out.
It wasn't lacking. If they'd have made The Hobbit into a single film, I'd have been happy because they would have made the film and it would have been good. They're deliberately milking it for money. And
I'd like to think they are, but at the same time, I didn't watch The Hobbit and think this has been shoehorned in.
Yes, I did.
I didn't. I just thought it all seemed to fit.
All the shit with fucking Radagast.
It was a coherent story and it worked. There's nothing wrong with it.
Radagast and his bird shit hair. There was no fucking need for it.
There was not a problem, right? It made sense. It flowed. It worked. It was a good film. Granted, it's not the book, but it's not the book. It's not supposed to be the book.
I accept it might be my anger and annoyance and prejudice going in, but yeah, I enjoyed it as an act in itself, but it didn't need to be.
It's that whole thing where it's like whenever a game becomes a movie.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
You have to draw a line in the sand and separate them. They are not.
But I can't.
Yeah,
with that,
that's
with,
it. Everyone
with Lord of the Rings, I don't think there are certain franchises that I can't do it with.
Yeah, but it's that whole thing where you can't ever match up to someone's imagination.
No, the other films have it the other way around.
Yeah.
I get pissed off at the things that are missing that I feel are vital from the books that didn't make it into the film.
But that's it. You can't. Some person has to go through and pick the choice bits, the bits that make good movies.
Yeah.
They don't always work.
No.
Everything in a book doesn't work.
I accept that when you're taking bits out, but when you're fucking chucking lumps in and...
That's a chance to make a name for yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see The Hobbit, that one book. 17 hours. It's just a chance to explore.
But the fact that I can't completely blame Hobbit for this because 2 other books have done it first. Harry fucking Potter and Twilight.
Yeah.
Turning the last book in the series into 2 films apiece.
That's a cash cow, though. That's the difference. Because the way I understand it of Hobbit is they started filming, realised they had way too much, and split it into a couple of films. Twilight, I get the impression that they went, fucking hell, these tweens love this, don't they? The sparkly fucking vampire.
The Hobbit was written as... The Hobbit screenplay was written as 3 separate things from the get-go. And it wasn't as it... Yeah, it wasn't that they filmed too much. Because if they'd filmed too much and turned it into 2 films, that would have been fine. But the fact that they've made it 3 to make it a trilogy, no. Also, I still get pissed off.
Again, I enjoyed it, so I can't really...
I enjoyed it for what it was, but the entire thing...
Now, honestly, whenever I think of Hobbit, I just think, I'm going on an adventure!
Yeah, that happens 40 minutes into the fucking film! 40 minutes!
Granted, it's a slow burner. It's fine. So, shall we move on before
40
you kill
minutes in, and the dwarfs have sang twice already!
I don't understand your problem. Dwarf singing is freaking awesome. James Nesbitt is a dwarf. He's just funny. Shall we move on?
Yeah, find a fucking story. Amazon Octocopter. Fucking...
Yes. The Amazon drone delivery. Well done, Amazon, right?
Paul! Woo, I got a PS4.
It's absolute genius, if not for the fact that...
It was the best marketing scam ever.
Yeah. Well, they're saying... The great thing is... I remember I was reading a thread that some other CEO came out, well, that's just nonsense, it's ridiculous, nobody can ever do it. And everyone went, stop being so petty. You're just jealous. He's not jealous. He's thinking realistically.
Yeah.
There isn't an Amazon warehouse in every city. There isn't an Amazon warehouse near every single person. This drone delivery thing is great in concept.
It's great in concept, but the drones aren't capable of it yet.
Yeah.
We can't even get the fuckers to hit enemy targets on in the countries where we're having wars. I'm not trusting one to deliver my fucking
this
shit.
This morning, one was Yemen. I think they hit a wedding procession.
Yeah.
They killed 15 people at a wedding procession instead of the Al-Qaeda they were supposed to hit.
Yeah.
And I know I shouldn't laugh, but that is so inept. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's the military drones, the ones that are supposed to be at the top of their game.
But apparently there is a company in China that already do this.
It wouldn't surprise me. It's Chinese.
I don't know if this is true. They're either planning it or already doing it, but there's controlled.
Yeah.
Somebody's actually controlling it.
Well, I mean, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't let them self-control. Because that's just the start of Skynet and the end of the human race as we know it.
Well, what I'm thinking is, if for this to work, you have to have something in a major city.
Yeah.
So that way you've got a larger customer base in the smallest area. In major cities, what do you get? You get skyscrapers. You get towers. You don't have this kind of, I've got a backyard 300 feet long and wide and you can land anywhere you want, the cat won't attack it. No, right? The amount of decapitated cats you're going to get from this is just ridiculous.
I didn't even think of that.
But that aside, you've got a skyscraper. Where the fuck's it going to land? You're going to come in, you'll open the thing to your rooftop garden, there'll be 63 drones sat on top. That on? It's ridiculous.
No, it's better than that. It'll have to have a little robotic arm that comes out and presses every buzzer on the front door until one of them lets him in.
Hello.
Then it'll get to a lift that doesn't work and have to fly up the stairs.
I don't see it working. I like the idea though of if you just leave your window open. I've got a delivery today, just leave the window open. Drone comes in, lands, you rig your thing so it shuts after it comes in. Then you've got an angry drone in your house. I just think it's brilliant.
I've got a thing and a drone!
Yeah, what better way to get free hardware?
Yeah.
If you're ever thinking of building your own drone, just order from Amazon.
In fact, there we go.
Rig your windows if they close.
It'll never happen. The NSA will never allow it. Because that's just giving Al-Qaeda their own delivery drones.
That's awful, isn't it? It looks like an Amazon drone. It's got a bomb.
Well, if they expect terrorists to be wandering around in World of Warcraft and Second Life.
For fuck's sake. Go on then. Well done.
Come on, you've got to get that segue credit. That was a good segue. Yeah, this week...
Is segue the word? I realised for all this time we've called it a segue. Is it a segue? Because a segue to me is... Let's go with segue. It's fine.
It is a segue. I don't know why.
A quick path between two things, which makes sense for the name of it. Segue. I'm going to call it a bob from now on. That's a good bob.
Anyway,
yeah.
The American intelligence services and the British intelligence services have apparently infiltrated, and the word actually used was infiltrated, World of Warcraft, Second Life, and Xbox Live in search of terrorists and terrorist plots in case they were using that to organise terror cells
in my
and
mind,
transfer economy and money and resources.
All I see with this is people with beards constantly talking to each other saying, why the fuck is this level 1 following me everywhere? The most British looking level 1 character has done nothing, just following this level 60 around with a beard.
That's what this is it. My mind has just been blown because there's no such thing as gold sellers. It's just the NSA pretending. If they come in and pretend to be a gold seller, nobody will pay attention to them.
Yeah. I'll just fit him. I said, next time somebody says, want to buy some gold, say yes. And see what they do. Fuck. They just run off.
But the thing is, apparently they've been monitoring the chat logs on World of Warcraft, on Second Life, and listening to the audio logs on Xbox Live. I have In fact, my sympathies go out to the poor fucker that had to look at any of that or listen to any of that. I've been on Xbox Live. There's a reason I no longer own an Xbox headset or an Xbox. I
turned on my comms on GTA to hear everyone. I lasted 20 seconds before I thought, what the fuck? It's either full of people that speak a different language, which, that's no use to me.
That's fair enough. They're from another country.
Exactly. It's not offensive, but at the same time, it's not that useful to me.
No.
Or it's full of people offering to teabag my mother, hack my account, or, well, I won't go into further detail, but there's something.
It's all done in a
sodomy.
it's all very done in a very nasally voice, isn't it?
Yes.
Very nasally prepubescent voice.
My balls are still somewhere in my chest.
Yeah.
Type voice, yeah. It's not fun.
And I've been on the World of Warcraft. Playing World of Warcraft. I've been on the general chat. Suffice to say, it's not much better. There's a reason most people who play World of Warcraft quite regularly turn off the general channel and the trade channel and the looking for group channel and basically any channel that's not their guild.
Yeah. I want to point out as well, because I don't often get to say this. Playing GTA the other day, I felt like a proper elite gamer. I'm saying elite as in L33T, I'm proper cool, right?
L337.
Is that what it is?
In fact, 1337, if you want to go really technical.
Yeah, let's go for that then. Anyway, GTA is the downfall of MMOs. It is one of those games where it's full of arseholes.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be popular, but at the end of the day, if you meet another player, you've got... It's not even 50-50. It's like an 80% chance they're going to shoot you.
Yeah.
I drove to the airport. A car chased me across the airport, shooting out all my tyres and everything. I was literally sat there, couldn't do anything. I couldn't move. My car was saying, if I got out, they were clearly going to run me down.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, fuck it. I just threw C4 on the floor. The moment they got anywhere near it, detonated, took us all out. And they were really annoyed, because I got 2 kills. They got what? Well, I don't think they got one. It classed as suicide. And they respawned this is the problem with GTA. It respawned all 3 of us right next to each other. So I just legged it. I ran across. I just got out of the way completely. It took about 6 shots in the back. Hid behind a wall and thought, they're following me. There's 2 of them following me. And they're not even following me smartly. They're following me side by side. I just held a grenade. Chucked it round the corner. 2 of them dead. Got in a car and pissed off. It's like, literally, it was my man moment in gaming. I was sat there thinking, wow, I've actually succeeded in a game online against real people. It doesn't happen often. Usually I die.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm proud of that moment.
I'm trying to think.
Probably more than I should be.
Yeah, NSA, MMOs, all that. Yeah, World of Warcraft, you're not going to learn anything there. Xbox Live, you're not going to learn anything there. Second Life, the shit you're going to learn there.
Yeah, you'll definitely learn things.
You'll learn things.
It's not going to be government secrets or bomb plots. It's going to be about different places to put things, from what I understand of Second Life.
The places to put things and the things to put in the places.
Yeah, it's not the kind of place I'd like to spy.
I wouldn't even like to. No, it's just no.
Even then, the issue to me here is you're planning some kind of attack.
Yeah.
You have a fair bit of money at your disposal to create bombs and so on.
Yep, you've got to have money.
You need to transfer money. An in-game economy, fine, makes sense to transfer money through an in-game economy because it's kind of hard to see it moving.
Yeah.
If you had lots of characters selling lots of things to lots of people as a way to make
money.
But
there's no actual way to transfer money in and out of Warcraft. Second Life, yes, there's ways to transfer in and ways to transfer.
So Warcraft's a bad example.
No. All the money, all the actual money transfer in Second Life actually happens outside the game. It's only goods that transfer within the game. So what you need, in fact, they picked the wrong MMO. Then they need Eve.
Yeah, Eve would work.
Eve would work because you can transfer in and in fact, no, even there, once you've transferred in, it's in. There's no out.
But let's be honest, we all know there's an out. You can always sell something.
Oh yeah, you can always sell, but
either way, you could use that as a means to shift money.
Project Entropia. That's where they need to be. Entropia Universe.
I'm going to nod and smile.
That's the one where the guy bought a space station for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh, that's pretty cool. But either way, right, there's still an issue here. Who in their right mind, if you're planning an attack of any kind, would think a game is the place to do it? A place where every single chat is logged.
Yep.
Where people stood next to you could possibly hear.
Yes.
If it's a general kind of, yeah. Why not just... There are many encrypted networks. There are many encrypted ways of talking to each other. Hell, if you're going to do it in such a blatant way, do it on IRC, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
It's easier.
An IRC channel can be set up in seconds.
I think, honestly, somebody at the NSA has gone, sir, we should monitor games. And he's just gone and played World of Warcraft for 12 hours a day.
Literally, that's the only explanation I can think of. Somebody's gone, I really want to play World of Warcraft. I don't really want to work.
Yeah.
Terrorists!
There are terrorists in WoW. He's got a beard! Follow him! I honestly, I just don't understand.
The problem is that wouldn't work in WoW. Because one of the races is dwarf. And even the women have beards.
I love the fact that everywhere a dwarf goes, a little level 1 character follows him round. Right. We should probably move on, but I can't read anything.
Why not?
What's
next? Should we talk about the knobhead that bought the Xbox One?
Yeah, we won't give him too much time though.
This is quick. There is a twat.
I think we summed up our thoughts, aren't we? We're just knobhead who bought him.
There is a twat that bought on eBay a photo of an Xbox One. Now, the eBay auction clearly said that this is a photo of an Xbox One, and he still paid 450 quid for it, and then kicked off. And what then happened is what happens in all of these cases. PayPal gave him his money back.
Yep. And even worse...
Yes.
CEX stepped in, and I'm going to use their name because, let's be honest, nobody listens. CEX stepped in and said, here's a free console, can we have media please?
Yes, and the media went, man who buys £450 Xbox photo gets free Xbox, and never mentioned CEX apart from one site that happened to hint at it. So CEX gave a man a free free Xbox One for one word.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was
CEX. It took me 3 or 4 sites to find out who would actually give him the Xbox.
It was just ridiculous as well, because he doesn't deserve it. He is a numpty. He got his money back, and he shouldn't have.
The only upside, there is a positive to this, and you're going to love this because it's now going to stick in the back of your mind. The next generation, the next console generation. How many people do you think are going to buy photos of that they've listed themselves from fake accounts?
See CEX step in. Hey!
See if somebody steps in to...
We say that the next generation's anytime soon.
It's not. We will probably have... I'll probably have forgot my own name by that point, but that's...
I genuinely worry how the generations are going to play out. Because current standards is what, 7 years?
Yeah.
Something like that?
I don't think... I think we'll extend that on this generation.
Well, this is the problem. It's generally accepted it's 5 to 7 years for a generation. Yeah. Now, that's fine with previous hardware, but this hardware, we've gone very much PC hardware.
Yeah.
Usually there is some kind of system where they develop something, it's very bespoke. This is actually quite a lot of PC hardware.
Yeah. So there's nothing to say. We
could
won't
potentially produce revisions.
Yeah, a model update. Yeah.
Which could give you slightly better graphics, kind of like the iPhone version.
Yeah.
You know, this one's a bit more powerful, you can do a bit more, but you can still play it.
Yeah.
They could potentially do that if they stick with the same style of hardware.
And add that to the Kai stuff and the...
Exactly, yeah.
And Xbox Cloud, whatever that turns out to be. There's potential there for that.
It's going to be one extreme or the other. We're going to get streaming, which means no revisions in the future, or we're going to get...
Well, no, the streaming stuff means we don't have to have revisions. Because if you have a model of the console that can't handle it, then you stream it.
Yeah.
Because the server sure as fuck can.
Yeah, but at that point, why wouldn't you stream everyone's? So
because some people will always like offline play. Because streaming requires online.
Mm.
So for the people that like offline and won't have an internet connection, you keep
the new hardware.
You let them buy the new hardware.
Fair enough. I was looking at a very linear view of it's either going to last a long time or a very short time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you got the middle ground where there may be iterations, but maybe this will be the last iteration that most people buy.
Mm.
It could be because we internet globally is getting better.
Yeah, 7 years as well is a very, very long time in the tech world.
Yeah.
People don't like waiting that long. We get an iPhone every year. Granted, we've got to a point now where nobody wants to buy an iPhone. They've made their own demise.
Did you see that gift caf are now selling phones?
Yes, I saw that actually.
Bit
Probably still not going to buy one, but
no. It's interesting. And I was going to pick a story off that. There was something that
I think it's time for a break and music.
No, the hardware thing.
No,
you mentioned, yeah, we're going to get to a thing in a bit, but I wanted to. Dave Carmack. Carmack said that
I've
he
got
did.
John Carmack.
John Carmack. It is John Carmack.
We can go for Dave if you want.
Hello, Dave. John Carmack.
I think he's listening. Hi, Dave. How you doing, mate? Hope you don't mind. We're just going to misquote you for a little bit, and then.
Well, basically, he was giving an interview this week and admitted that, in his opinion, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was general consensus.
He's a very intelligent guy, so
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. The Xbox 360 and the PS3 were far from tapped out for their potential. There was still room, and still is room, for improvement in the quality of games that they can render.
Yeah. But look at it, the way I can look at this is right. Imagine you're using 80% of the PS3.
Yeah.
Okay. That's as far as we've got, and that's taken years and years and years to get to that point. We release a new bit of hardware, we're only currently at 50% of it, but 50% of the new hardware is more powerful than 80% of the last.
Yeah.
It makes more sense because you can make greater increases on newer hardware than you can on...
But it also makes a solid argument for not rushing to buy the next generation.
Yeah.
Because if we're doing the 50% of this and 80% of that, then if we're aiming for the PS4, then that's only going to increase the PS3's offering, because they're going to go, we've got it to this. How much of it do we have to shave off to make it work on the PS3? Can we tweak this? Can we tweak that? Can we save this? Can we save that?
I feel like the PS3 would take a lot of optimization that isn't necessary on the PS4.
Yeah, it'll take a lot of optimization, but if they're porting down rather than porting up, then we're going to see the end of life of the PS3 and the Xbox 360 are going to be good.
See, I see it the other way around. I see that they put less effort into porting down. They're not going to optimise, they're not going to do all the fine tweaking because it is there for a better console. If somebody wants it and better graphics, buy the better console.
Yeah, but...
I kind of get the feeling that's the route it'll go down rather than optimisation for...
But think about how long the PS2 took to actually die.
Especially in Brazil.
Yeah.
And that's like a ridiculous statement, but Brazil
have only just stopped production.
Have only just stopped it, haven't they?
Yeah.
And even then, I think they have a stupid tax on everything. So literally, it costs a fortune if you want to actually get one.
But think, even outside of Brazil, but think about how long it was before they actually stopped production of the PS2.
Well, it was only a few months back. Didn't we podcast? Didn't we
mention
it?
We mentioned it. I believe it was in the last year that they finally stopped production of them. And that's kind of what we're looking at. The install base for a PlayStation 4 is, VG Chart says it's 1.6 million or 2.4 million? 2.4 million. The install base for a PlayStation 3 is 30 million.
Yeah. Well, this is what I was thinking. When it comes to launching a platform exclusive for PlayStation 4, you are not ever going to make a decent amount of money back here. I mean, you're guaranteed good sales, but even then, you can't sell more than what the PlayStation 4 has.
No.
You can only sell a maximum of 2.4 million. That's not that much.
But a Sony exclusive, you've got the entire PlayStation 3.
You can do well.
They've got the entire cross-buy system, which is fucking genius and more companies should do. So you buy it on one platform, you get it on all.
Yeah. Well, the argument could be made that given we're buying a software license, we should get it for all, but no, they're not up for that, are they?
No. Should we stick a song in now?
Yeah, why not?
And welcome back. That song was, and Gal's gone and changed fucking tab on me, so I don't know. That song was River Flows in You, remix by Deadlock.
Spelt in a cool way with letters and numbers. Oh yeah.
The letters and the numbers just make it all the better.
They don't. Anyone that thinks they're being cool by swapping letters for numbers, you're not cool.
Right, should we not insult people? Because it turns out that the people whose songs...
Oh, we should probably
They are one of the few people that do actually listen to the podcast.
I am so sorry. D4 LO0 CK. Well, there's one listener gone.
One of the 15.
Look, I'm not judging his music. Music was good.
Music was good.
But with a name like that, you're never going to get commercial success. I'm just putting that out there.
This is
true. The radio stations would struggle to pronounce that, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, but they're managed with Kesha.
Yeah, but let's be honest.
They're only doing that because they're being paid enough to do it.
Yeah. Nobody willingly would promote Kesha. She looks dirty. Not dirty as in, oh, I'd do anything. Dirty as in, she needs a bath.
Literally, she's gone Christina.
Yeah. But even Christina came back from that. I'm hoping she will, but I know she won't. That's the problem.
I don't even know what Kesha looks like. I don't know who she is. It's the one with the troll hair, isn't it?
Yeah, I would guess...
Is it the one that looks like a wishing troll, or is that somebody else?
No, she looks like a troll, yeah. You're probably about right. Basically, take somebody that looks kind of normal and then push them down a steep, muddy hill. When they get to the bottom, throw glitter at them. That is Kesha.
I don't care if this makes me sound like an old bastard. I would not recognise a modern pop star if they came up and punched me in the face.
No, I'd be worried why they're punching you in the face, but I wouldn't recognise them.
No, the insults I've hurled at them in general. I'd accept them.
Did we mention our podcast is popular amongst all pop stars? John Carmack and D4, whatever his name was. LO0K7.
Modern pop needs to fucking die.
So, the PlayStation 4 outsold the Wii U in 48 hours in the UK. By that, I don't mean in 48 hours the Wii U sold less than the PlayStation 4. I mean the Wii U in all of its lifespan has been outsold by the PlayStation in 48 hours. I can't even... If I was making this scale, literally, I can't even get the PlayStation on there.
You really should have done a better job with that scale.
Yeah, the scale would have to go across the room and the PlayStation 4 would just be recognisable. Basically, you made a poor decision choice when you bought the Wii U, and I'm coming back to this.
You can fucking...
It has to be done every time. But you've bought a PlayStation 4, so you've redeemed yourself. I'm going to get hit with something quite heavy shortly. It's been nice knowing you. Oh, it's a gun. It's a broken gun. Is there any rounds in it?
No, it's empty. That's why I can't.
Thank God.
That's why I can't prime it. Where's the ammo?
So Paddy's Nerf gun is empty for the time being, but he's bought a PlayStation
Pistol
4.
whip!
He's bought a PlayStation 4 and it's awesome. He's also bought a Wii U, which is not so awesome. But
it is
redeeming itself now.
It's starting to redeem itself. Now it's getting games that are worth owning.
Yeah.
I bought it before the software library showed itself.
I'll be honest, the PlayStation 4 is the next Wii U.
Yeah.
There isn't that much there for it. It's purely just that Sony PlayStation has a bigger name than Nintendo Wii U.
Well, it's going to get its library out faster than the Wii U got its library out. Yeah. It's got a third-party support that the Wii U didn't have and doesn't have. Although, now that it's starting to pick up in sales and now that it's starting to get first-party, I feel the third-party might start trickling back to the Wii U.
Yeah. Ubisoft, start ramping it up again. Let's be honest, it's Ubisoft that have supported the Nintendo.
And the Ubisoft that have carried quite a few consoles.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it, that the... Potentially, Ubisoft are going to prop up the PlayStation 4 the next year. Because all of the
Watch
games
Dogs,
people want. Watch
Crew,
Dogs, Destiny, and
Division. Yeah.
Sorry, Destiny. Division. Destiny is... No, let's not get confused. Destiny... Division.
Yes.
She looks awesome. Oh. So Ubisoft are doing a good job with the PlayStation 4. They backed up the Wii. They backed up the Wii U.
Yeah.
They've not gone whole hog with the Wii U though.
No, they
pretty much ran and then they went, oh god, we made a mistake.
They backed the Wii U to the hilt and then realised, oh shit. Rayman Legends has been announced for the PS4 and Xbox One as well.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. They need to get money from that game, and if it's a quick and easy port process, they're going to.
Yeah.
They've not had a good time with Rayman after the whole... I think a lot of people... I think this is the one time where boycotts actually worked.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think it was intentional, I think people have literally just been turned off of the idea of buying Rayman Legends after the whole Wii U fiasco.
Well, that's it. It's kind of a catch-22. Is that as much as I loved Rayman Origins and think Rayman Legends is going to be awesome and probably is a very good game, I refuse to buy it now because it was promised to me as a Wii U exclusive. And then they screwed me over. They finished the game and then went, "Fuck off. We're not." If they'd have just, if they'd have just
finished it and then held it,
if they'd have just launched it for the Wii U as a Wii U timed exclusive, everything would have been fine. Yeah. You can come out with a port for the Xbox 360 and the PS3 6 months down the line. give it to the people you've promised it to.
It wouldn't have harmed either.
No.
That's the thing. I can't understand the actual rationale behind it, because I don't see how it could have caused a problem. If you release it early for Wii U, it may have boosted Wii U sales. Either way, it would have sold to the Wii U customers.
Yeah.
Release it later, nobody's going to go, well, that's a game that's only been out for the Wii U this far. They'd have thought, fuck yeah, Rayman.
Yeah, because it'd have had good reviews on the Wii U.
Exactly. It's silly. It'd have been another game which felt like a gift rather than a... Whereas now it feels like another launch title shoehorned in.
Yeah.
If it had been released previously, you'd think, well, hey, they've given us a... It might just be me, my mentality, but anyway.
No, they fucked it up.
Yeah.
Speaking of fucking it up, NBA 2K14. Now, it's basketball, and in basketball they have a rule called the technical foul.
Yeah.
Which is when you misbehave on the court. Yeah. When a player swears, he gets a technical foul. When a coach swears from the side of the pitch, he gets a technical foul for the team.
Yeah.
And in the sake of realism, EA have worked this into the game, because now everybody has a microphone pointed at them by form of Kinect. Now it works natively on the Xbox, but if you've got a Sony camera, I believe it works on there as well.
You know what I love about this?
If you start ranting and screaming at your TV and it catches you swearing and decides that you've performed a technical foul, it will give your team a technical foul.
What I love about this more than anything is I think there needs to be some form of police online. I don't mean it to a sense there's some guy with a stupid hat on telling you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. Now then. No, I think there needs to be something to dictate and stop people from being twats.
Yeah.
Because nobody goes on any kind of open chat because it's full of twats.
Yep.
Nobody in their right mind talks to anyone online because it's full of twats.
Yeah.
Xbox now has party play, so you have just your friends and the people you want to talk to. PlayStation is going down the same route.
Yep.
So you have this party play, so you're only talking... The whole point of this comms thing was you could meet random strangers, have a chat, meet new people, and play a game together. You can't do any of that because it's full of pillocks that constantly swear. So if I realise the irony in me swearing, I think 6 times already in this statement, but constantly swear, berate, and absolute bellends.
There is a subtle difference between swearing for emphasis and swearing for swearing's sake.
Yeah. If somebody is offensive, you need to be able to report them and have actual consequences.
Yeah, because if I was to say, fuck you, you fucking fucker, that's wrong. If I was to say, Cliff Blinsky is a knobhead, then it's just a statement.
Yeah. Fact. No, it's not. It's lovely. But yeah, the point is, the whole online ecosystem exists to allow people to talk to other people and actually have this social experience where you can enjoy the company of other people you've never met before.
Yeah.
And I've met plenty of people I play games with online on PC.
Yeah.
But the only way it works on PC is you have a very controlled environment. People have their own servers, they can kick who they want. Hell, I got banned from the clan I joined eventually because they thought I was a hacker. So I went back in and I just started talking to say, look, I'm not. And that whole thing, it works well. Yeah. You can it
works incredibly well in MMO circles as well.
Yeah. Because I imagine, again, you can dictate who you're talking to. And
well, you can basically ignore people.
You have TeamSpeak, don't you, really, for that kind of stuff.
But even in the group chat, like I said, most people get out of general chat very rapidly. But certain people get known and they get communicative, and then there are other people that will ignore most of general chat but will still pay attention to it. And it's just any new startup MMO, the first couple of weeks everybody's in general chat and everybody's communicating, and that's when the groups start joining, and then you get some very interesting communication in there, because you got...
But beyond that point you get twats.
Beyond that point,
absolute knobheads.
Beyond that point, you get twats and gold sellers. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Where are we going next?
I don't know.
Where were we?
We were there. Story time. Telltale.
Oh yeah, Telltale.
We should go there.
Why not?
Telltale games.
2 new series confirmed. One based on Game of Thrones, which is good.
That's kind of Telltale's area, isn't it?
I want to know how interlinked the author's going to be. I can't remember his damn name right now. Can you?
Nope, that dude.
The dude.
I'm not a Game of Thrones.
With the epic beard. I've got to compliment him on his beard.
I'm not a Game of Thrones fan, I'll be honest. I know I'm heavily judged for this, but I've never been into Game of Thrones.
I liked the books and have barely watched the TV series, but I think I should catch up.
Yeah, you should. Right.
But the other one they're making is the Tales of the Borderlands.
Yeah.
Which is actually a series of stories based on the Borderlands games.
Yeah. This is where it's new. This is new grounds.
This is taking another franchise and bringing it into their cat.
Yeah. Potentially alongside as well, because I don't think Borderlands is dead yet.
No, Borderlands 2 is still ongoing.
Yeah. So it is this kind of... It's fleshing out...
The universe
in a game. It's been done with comics, it's been done with other mediums, but never with...
Another game.
Oh, I can't think of a situation where it's been done with another game.
Well, there have been sub-games and side games and...
But it's usually similar studios.
Yeah, it's usually the same studio. This is actually handed over to another studio.
Yeah.
And there are universes that lend themselves to this. Think of Last of Us. Now, I've said the DLC should take into account some of the other stories. And there's one set of stories I want to know, and that's the stories of the various Firefly sects. Firefly sects. That's the wrong word. Squads. Firefly squads that you fail to meet up with along the way.
That one that you're supposed to meet. I want to play out their storyline. Yeah. Despite the fact I know it's inevitable doom, I like the idea that literally it's old style gameplay. You're going to play until you die. It should end in this epic sequence where a horde attacks you.
Yeah.
And you just have to keep going until you die. That should be how that ends. Because I think that would be absolutely beautiful.
But yeah, the Firefly squads, the different stories is of them. The family in the sewers.
Yeah. That was an interesting one, wasn't it?
That was a very interesting story. The fact that everything you find about them is happy and loving. The fact that they're living this, but one incident, one infection, and the entire thing goes to shit.
It's that whole thing where if your infected other half was coming towards you, would you be able to shoot them? That's the awkward kind of situation.
Yes.
Yeah, well, this is the problem I've had. Me and Fiona have this discussion because we're Walking Dead fans. We always go through the whole kind of, would you shoot me if I was a zombie situation?
Yes, and I'd expect her to do within a heartbeat.
Yeah, but this is the problem. Fiona, I don't think would. She describes me as a robot. Because in fact,
I don't think in my situation, because of my opinion on this entire zombie infection thing, were I to be infected, she wouldn't get the option.
How do you figure that one?
Because I'd do it myself first.
But what if you don't have a choice?
You don't get infected that fast. Bitten, you know you're infected. Bullet to the brain.
What if it's like Walking Dead? The moment you die, you're infected.
Nah.
Then you're screwed. You trip and hit your head. You're unconscious. You become a zombie. You've got no control.
Okay, in that I've got no control over it. But if you've got any level of control over it,
top yourself.
Then top yourself in a way that you're not coming back. It's simple logistics.
So,
yeah,
pretty much that's your option. Yeah,
that's quite brutal. Let's move on.
So happy podcast.
I'm shooting myself in the brain.
So,
should we go to a year?
Yeah, why not?
DICE had a bit of a bad time with Battlefield 4.
Yeah, there's been a lot of bugs.
There was a lot of bugs, and there's still a lot of bugs. And then they released a DLC because what they said was they're still working on fixing the bugs, but this DLC is near enough finished, and it's going to be better for us to release this DLC and then fix everything than it is to release to install this DLC, fix everything, and then try and get this DLC to work with a new fix.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So they released the DLC, and now they have announced that they've stalled development on any DLCs, any other projects to do with the Battlefield series until Battlefield 4 is fixed.
I want to point out as well, basically, because of this, when the initial problems came out, the stock price of EA dropped a bit. Mm-hmm. And then DICE said they're going to stop everything and fix it, and the stock price went up again.
Yeah, literally.
Which is amazing how much difference it can make by an announcement.
One announcement.
Yeah. It's like anyone... This is what I don't get about the stock market. Somebody in that stock market thought, yeah, EA have got bugs in their game. They're just going to leave that.
Yeah.
That's the only rationale you can have behind selling. EA aren't going to fix those bugs. It's ruined the entire thing. They've wasted millions. Let's sell now.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense. But I imagine some people got some money out of that, so job done.
But that's it. Should we just start going through these fast? Xbox One developer settings. If you activate them, they turn on backwards compatibility. And if you believe that, please go ahead and set them, because I don't want you on Xbox Live.
Basically, 4chan started a campaign where they would convince people that if you did these certain things, you keep backwards compatibility.
Yeah, this is a bit of an oversight in Microsoft's part, because the way this worked is you had to press the key combination to get yourself into the developer mode.
Yeah. To
the screen where you enter your developer ID, which turns your Xbox One into a development console, which they have said everyone can do. And once you have an ID on the Xbox ID system, you can do this, so that you can run your own code.
Yeah.
And that's fair enough.
The slight flaw, though,
is if you don't have an Xbox ID,
it fucks up your console.
It screws your console.
Well, I don't think it's that if you don't have an ID. I mean, they made them enter an ID, but it's kind of a false one, isn't it?
Well, no. It doesn't matter. That step of it was irrelevant. Basically, once you've got to that screen where it says that you enter the ID, it will never leave that screen. You can shut down the console and it will boot back up into that screen. Basically, whatever they enter there, they're locked in that screen. If you enter something wrong, it completely freezes.
Brilliant. So this is another... It's like when they convince people that if you upgrade to iOS 7, your phone is now waterproof.
Yeah.
4chan are brilliant at these kind of troll things. They had another one as well. It was about putting it in a microwave. I can't remember what it was. But
it was the fact that the microwave energy is just the right frequency to actually charge the battery of an iPhone.
Yes. And people blew up their phones putting them in microwaves.
Yeah, and microwaves.
But yeah, it was fantastic. 4chan are brilliant at these kind of things.
Yes, they are.
And people fall for them every time.
Yeah, because there are idiots out there.
There really are. So Valve have joined the Linux Foundation.
This is another quick story. Yeah, but the Linux Foundation is the organisation that takes care, in general, as a concerted effort to make sure Linux stays open source, to
keep it on the right track,
to keep Linux moving forward, to actually, with the eventual goal of being the most open and most used operating system.
Yeah. And Valve have their place on here, but I feel there's a bit of kind of...
There are some interesting other companies that are part of the Linux Foundation as well.
There's a lot there.
Google are there.
Yeah, but Valve...
Microsoft are there.
What?
Yeah, Microsoft are part of the Linux Foundation.
Well, that makes no sense. I mean...
Why?
Absolutely none.
Why?
They have their own competitive...
They have their own competitive operating system, but there's not... Microsoft have never given up on open source. They are happy for open source to exist, and they are a company that believes that competition breeds innovation. So if Linux becomes competitive, then they've got more reason to innovate themselves.
Fair point. But do you not think this all stems back from Gabe's little... Microsoft is a closed ecosystem. Fuck off, you run Steam.
Yeah.
I think he's very much...
There is something not
It's
right.
the most hypocritical thing in the world for them to judge Microsoft for exactly what
Valve
they do.
are getting hypocritical. The Steam boxes go out this week, by the way.
I know. I want one.
I don't. I really don't.
Well, my problem is that I know if I signed up for the Steam box, they would send me the weakest, most terrible... if I ever won, it would be the weakest, most terrible one. I'd have to stream it from a PC I don't have.
Yes.
It's all well and good having a powerful one, but if you got the weak one that you have to stream everything, which only works for certain games, it's not that useful.
Yeah, but they've joined the Linux Foundation. They're there with everybody that's currently part of the Linux Foundation, and it's a good idea, particularly as they're bringing out their own OS, or based on a Linux architecture.
Yeah, which only plays certain games, and doesn't have DirectX, so you don't get the same graphical. I know that's a minute.
I know, but
still,
there are a lot of companies saying that DirectX needs to die, and
if you're going to run the PC master race argument, DirectX is a part of that argument. Because it is more powerful, it is prettier, it does more powerful things.
Yeah, but if more companies start to move away from it, then the competitive OpenGL and that kind of shit will...
OpenGL isn't competitive because nobody can make up their freaking mind.
Yeah.
Too many people are chipping into OpenGL and you end up with no decisions being made. And that's why OpenGL failed.
Yeah. But maybe having Valve... Again, it's bad, but if Valve is now part of the Open Linux, they can help steer that side.
Yeah.
If Valve can steer the gaming side of the Linux operating system, then maybe the operating system will become viable for gamers.
Yeah. OpenGL, I think it was, I'm going to guess, it was a long time ago when I read this, it was 2.0 or 3.0, was ruined by too many people sticking their nose in. And it's because everyone has their own ideas of how things should be done.
Yep.
And because it is open source and so many people are contributing, you've got so many conflicting ideas, nothing got done. And DirectX walked away with it, literally.
Yep. So, talking of too many people and not enough steering of... Shall we go to the VGX Awards? Because they were fucking atrocious. Absolutely fucking laughable.
Yeah. Now, VGX is all well and good, but it seems to be that they've aimed their sights at teenagers.
The swearing bastards on Xbox Live.
Everyone despises. So the humour was retarded.
It was beyond base.
Yeah, it wasn't funny. He kept talking about wearing a male diaper. How is that funny?
Wearing a male diaper, referencing how pissed he was, and the other guy looked like a fucking scarecrow because he barely spoke.
Well, the other guy, apparently, from what I've read, doesn't usually go off cue.
Yeah.
He's used to reading his cue and going along with it.
Yeah.
The other guy kept going off cue, forcing that guy to be really awkward. At one point, he was checking his phone.
Yes.
What the hell? But either way, this entire thing was just fucked up because it was aimed at 15-year-old kids shouting at the screen.
Yep.
The type of people that we've banned from NBA. So,
do you want to go through the award winnings?
Overall game of the year, Grand Theft Auto 5.
We can accept that.
I can understand it, but I don't accept it. I'll be honest, I don't think that deserves game of the year. We constantly push for games to be this mature medium.
Well, we've had our talking point on this, so let's not get into too much detail. But yeah, it's a viable option for game of the year, but it's not the one that should have won.
Yeah. That's pretty much the be-all and end-all. Best PC game was Gone Home.
Don't start your run. Don't start your run.
Please play Gone Home, because I've got to a point now where I think maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe I misinterpreted. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe, just maybe, I'm off track completely with this one. I don't think I am. I think it is very much we're in a hipster phase where people are eager for PC games to be more than they are. Sorry, not PC. For gamers to be more than they actually are.
Yeah.
I think people are pushing the boundaries a bit here. We're just so desperate for approval that we're going down this route. But anyway, please play it and let me know, because I'm curious to see what other people think. Super Mario 3D World. That was a very weighted kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Play it, ignore everything I just said, and then tell me what you think.
I'll play it at some point.
Yeah. But the problem is you've been skewed by my rants.
Yeah, but I've learned to ignore you in general, so that's
awesome.
all.
That'll go down well then. Yeah, play it and let me know.
I'll tell you what, I'll get pissed and then I'll play it.
No, play it sober, please. Play it pissed, you'll just get angry at it. Best Nintendo game was Super Mario 3D World, which
there was really never going to be any option.
Yeah. Best Xbox game was Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Now this is good because the nominations had 3 non-Xbox titles and this Xbox only title.
It's funny how that one won, isn't it?
Yeah.
Best PlayStation game was Last of Us.
Yep.
Which I think was one of the few PlayStation exclusives in that.
No. The other 3 were PlayStation exclusives.
Oh, yeah, I thought Tomb Raider was in there.
No. Tomb Raider. Sorry, yeah. Tomb Raider was the only non-PlayStation exclusive.
Right. Okay.
The Xbox One, Brothers was the only exclusive. The PlayStation 1, Tomb Raider was the only non-exclusive.
Right. Best handheld game is
Zelda.
Who
was going to win it? Who was going to beat a Zelda?
Well, the great thing is the fact that if you look at how many mobile consoles have been sold, the 3DS wins.
Yes.
Every time. You remember when that was a flop? That was
fun,
wasn't it?
Now they're selling 3 variations of the fucking thing.
Yeah, so the 3DS wins, which means it's always going to be a Nintendo game that wins this category. And Zelda came out, so yeah.
Yeah, Zelda came out.
Yeah.
That's all you need to say.
Best indie game, Gone Home, you hipster fucktards. Best casual game was Animal Crossing New Leaf. I'm not partial, I'll be honest. Best action adventure was Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag.
Yep.
Everyone loves being a pirate. This is surprising. Best sports game, NBA 2K14.
No. American awards. American
Yeah, but even then, basketball isn't the biggest, is it? I mean, you've got NFL, you've got...
No, but it's basketball season.
Fair enough. Best mobile game, Plants vs. Zombies
I think it is, anyway.
2, which, if it's true what Paddy says, and I've not got this far yet, but microtransactions rule the roost on that one.
Yeah, but that's not going to stop most people voting for it.
Yeah, fair point.
Then again, they're not voting. No, it's not going to stop them.
Yeah.
The board isn't going to have enough time to...
You don't get far enough to get to that point. I didn't. I thought, hey, great game. I've probably stopped playing it now. Best shooters, Bioshock Infinite. Fuck off. No, it's true. Battlefield 4 is a better shooter than Bioshock Infinite.
And Doom's better than all of them.
No. Bioshock...
20th anniversary of Doom this week.
I know, I remember. I was reading. It's all well and good. Go back and play it. It's not quite the same.
Yeah, but I'd probably enjoy it more than anything that's come out since.
Yeah, fair point. Bioshock Infinite is a good game.
Yeah.
But this is where I think the problem is when you draw the line between different genres.
Yeah.
Because it's a story-driven game, whereas Battlefield is a action-driven game. It's all about gameplay.
Yeah.
And I think a game, it's kind of in the name, should be down to gameplay.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, there is.
You have to have a mix of the two. But Bioshock Infinite wasn't groundbreaking.
No, well...
It broke ground first time round.
Yeah,
now
Bioshock...
it's just following the formula. Whereas Battlefield did break ground.
Let's speed this up. RPG went to Ni no Kuni. Yeah. Wrath of White Witch. I am happy that happened. I didn't think it'd win in that
Racing
category.
Game was Forza 5.
Yeah, fighting went to Injustice. Again, good choice. Best DLC, we agreed Far Cry 3. Voice actor, Last of Us. Female voice actor, Last of Us. Studio of the Year, Naughty Dog.
For Last of Us.
Character of the Year, this wasn't even in the nominations list.
No.
Went to the Lettuce Twins from Bioshock Infinite.
The Lutis. Not lettuce.
I don't care. It says lettuce as far as I'm concerned. I've got the avatar thing of the Barsing say lettuce vendor, but that's it. Best soundtrack GTA 5. It wasn't really gonna.
I want to point out I called it.
Yeah, no. There was no way it was gonna lose. Best song in a game, The Circle Will Be Unbroken in Bioshock Infinite. I'm happy with that because the other two of the other choices were from GTA 5.
This is my annoyance with GTA 5. I just want to point out the soundtrack for it. GTA always wins best soundtrack. GTA's soundtrack is the biggest soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because they play the radio station game. It doesn't fucking count.
Yeah.
Soundtrack should be on anything that builds atmosphere.
Yeah.
Soundtrack. Yeah. Not music.
Yeah. And the most anticipated game went to Titanfall. I think we called that.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that for
No. Sorry, I didn't call that. I was way off. I went the Ubisoft route.
Yeah, we wanted it to be Watch Dogs, but I think I said that it would be Titanfall because that was the user voted category.
I'll agree with that. Why not? What else we got?
League of Legends. League of Legends pro contracts. Now they've got a pro gaming league and they've got contracts for that pro gaming league. And part of the conditions of that pro contract turned out to be that they forbade streaming of a certain list of games. So the users that were part of the pro gaming league and being paid to be pro League of Legends players, professional League of Legends players, were forbidden from playing certain games on live streams, even when they weren't, even in their own time.
Yeah. Which
sounds a bit of a dickish move from Riot's part.
The reason behind
until you realise, well, even before the justification that came behind it, they later justified it, but you think about this, and they are professional gamers for a company. Professional members of a league that's run by somebody. Now, take this back into sports, and this is one of the very few bits of sporting knowledge that I actually have. And I know this is a fact that
honestly, just take a moment to take this in, because this
Michael Jordan, as a basketball player, was I can't remember which team he was playing for at the time.
Chicago Bulls.
The Bulls. He was playing for them. They had a marketing agreement and a sponsorship agreement with Reebok trainers at the time, and the entire team was set to wear Reebok trainers.
I'm guessing Chicago Bulls, because that's what you're famous. Yeah.
But at the same time, he signed a contract personally with Nike to make the Nike Air Jordans. And in order to advertise them, he started wearing them during play. Now, this was in breach of his contract with his team, with Reebok, and he was fined every game for wearing Nike Air Jordans on pitch. And he bore that contract. He bore that fine. But this is the League of Legends thing is the same territory.
Yeah.
The list of games
they're famous because of League of Legends.
They're famous because of League of Legends. They've got sponsorship because of League of Legends. League of Legends is just enforcing their copyright and their sponsorship and saying don't play our competitors. Now, as it turned out, the wording of the contract was, in Riot's terms, a slight miswording, and whether you believe that or not is a different thing.
They're just defending their own assets, aren't they?
Yeah, they were defending their assets, but whether you believe that they were misworded or whether they were just trying to get away with it, and if nobody had said anything, that the contract... If nobody had mentioned it, would the contract have been changed? No.
They were extreme and over the top because they wanted a right old clause that covers everything without them having to put too much effort in, which is fine. And now that it's been brought to attention, they have amended it.
Yeah.
And that's fine again. They've just done it because they're paying people a lot of money to play their game.
Yeah.
Which is essentially promoting their game to other people to play it.
Yeah.
And these players that are actually signed up to the League of Legends
they get hundreds of thousands of viewers when they live stream anything.
They're like celebrities.
Yeah.
I mean, the point is, Reddit now assumes that I want to see everything League of Legends.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that I'm not interested, purely because I browse gaming subreddits.
But the thing is that Riot's argument was that there have been pro League of Legends players, members of the League of Legends Pro Gaming League, that have been paid by games to stream their game.
Yeah.
And now they have reworded the contract that these games are banned. These players can play these games and stream them if they want, but if they are paid by the company to play them, then that is in breach of contract.
Yeah, which makes perfect sense, and it's a more sensible way of wording it.
Yeah, that's a more sensible way of wording it. But whether that wording has been changed simply because they got caught and outed is...
Yeah. Now, from contracts to copyright...
Yeah.
YouTube has had a fun few weeks.
Jesus fucking H Christ.
Excuse me.
Right. What's happened is multi-channel networks have gone to shit, basically. Do you want to grab a beer? Because I know this one and...
Well, I was going to say, very quickly, to sum this up in a nutshell, people subscribe to multi-channel networks so that they go beyond YouTube. They go to multiple channels across various different areas, and the multi-channel networks basically handle it so you don't get these copyright claims. And so everything is simpler for you. You upload it once, they handle it, it's all...
Well, it's not quite that. Just bring me back. Basically, one of the...
I'm going to go, yeah.
Yeah, basically what happens is YouTube has the content matching system, and when you put something on YouTube, it's scanned against this entire database of sound clips, video clips, music files, to see if you're using any copyrighted audio, video, or anything. Which is fair enough, that's what they have to do. And I've been flagged numerous times because I'm not part of a multi-channel network. Most people joined multi-channel networks because multi-channel networks were supposed to take care of the content matching and get licenses for bunches of music, bunches of videos and all this stuff so that you didn't have to worry about it. And a lot of people signed multi-year contracts with these multi-channel networks. As it turned out, these multi-channel networks were piss poor at making sure that their members weren't breaching the rules, and YouTube were getting their wrists slapped and decided, yeah, you're gonna have to enforce your rules better, which led to, in the last couple of weeks, most, if not all, multi-channel networks agreeing to split their user base into managed and affiliate members. Managed members still have all the perks that they had before, and the affiliate members are now left in the same position as us non-multi-channel network members. So that every video that they put up has to go through the same content matching system that the non-partnered members have to.
Yeah.
However, they backdated it.
So everything they'd ever uploaded.
So everything they'd ever uploaded since they joined the networks became part of a massive sweep, which included company. And this is the best thing: it wasn't even at behest of the companies. Basically, they just scanned the entire database for any archival thing, because Capcom games were flagged, Blizzard games were flagged.
Well, it came to a point where one of, I think, Angry Gamer Joe, is it, or something like that? He works for Viacom. He's employed by them now, but he was flagged because of Viacom copyrights.
That was actually prior to this.
Oh, it was a separate...
This was a prior to this. Viacom signed themselves up and as part of the agreement, because there's all the YouTube Viacom thing going on, and he's part of that. And yeah, he's... Anyway... There was a massive flagging went on for all these affiliates that had no warning of that this was about to happen. So it's a bit of a dickish move. But most games companies have accepted this has happened and gone, yeah, just contest everything. Just counterclaim it.
Nothing now is let go, is it? It's just everything has been...
But the best thing is that there are some situations where... the companies can't... One of the groups of companies that have been caught in this massive wave is THQ. THQ copyrights are being upheld by YouTube's auto content ID system, and THQ itself no longer exists.
You know, that's the copyrights belong to various other areas.
So the new companies that own these copyrights have no say over the fact that these content ID matches already exist within YouTube's database. They don't suddenly gain access to them. And YouTube's content ID system went out and flagged a load of this shit. There was one user that had 87 of his 265 videos flagged in a day. What was worse is that it was flagged because of the intro music he used in the video, and he'd used the same intro music in all 287 videos, but only 85 of them got flagged.
Nice. Well, something a bit more upbeat. Activision blamed new consoles for terrible sales of Ghosts. Sorry, lower sales of Ghosts. Ghost didn't sell as well as they wanted, and it's not because it's not as good a game as the others. It's not. It's because of new consoles.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate to point to Metacritic, when your game has a Metacritic score of 74 and a user score of about 2.5, 3,
yeah.
Clearly it's nothing to do with new consoles.
No, it's not.
I mean, even then, the fact you can have such disparity between the actual critics and the users. I know there's trolls in there.
Yeah.
But to get it down to 2.5.
Because the fanboys are rabid as well.
Yeah, it works both ways. That means there is something inherently wrong. And basically what this comes down to is the fact that it's rehashed shite.
Yeah.
I think if you watch the zero punctuation review of this...
the Zero Punk review kind of sums it up.
Yeah, Zero Punctuation always do well at ripping into games, but on this particular game, on Call of Duty, they have got it down to a T. The game doesn't know what it's supposed to be.
No, it doesn't.
They've got the South America attacking North America to gain control of the missiles in space. If you've got missiles in space, it's rightly so that people are trying to take you out. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it's about damn time that people started to realise that Call of Duty is a nonsense game. The stories are shite, the gameplay is rehashed, and even to the point where the animations are rehashed in this one. It's just getting out of hand completely. But back to the positive. Twitch has seen a massive uprise in users since the launch of the PS4. So the PS4 has Twitch gameplay installed kind of within it, so you can share straight to Twitch and stream it live. But only 15 minutes, as Paddy constantly complains.
Right, yeah, you're on the Twitch one then.
Yep.
Right, here we go. Twitch on the PS4, brilliant. It streams perfectly. It is great.
I'll be honest, we're only supposed to be covering the headlines, but
I can make this quick. Twitch, great. Streams off the PS4 perfectly. Which is not so great in that it doesn't archive, which means that if you're streaming to Twitch, it's not recording onto your console. And if nobody's watching the stream, they don't see what you've done, because unlike when you're streaming from the PC, there's no backup of it that you can then transfer onto YouTube. If you actually press the do the share button to physically record what you're playing on the console, it only records the last 15 minutes. Or if you force a recording, it will only record 15 minutes, then it will stop recording. This is not good enough. They need to software patch it. They've said they're going to software patch some of it, and Twitch archiving may become apparent later. But 10% of the content on Twitch is now PS4 content, which it may be a quantity over quality thing, but
I'm going to claim quantity over quality.
But at the same time, it shows that the appetite for streaming and Let's Plays, tying back into the YouTube stuff, is out there.
What it comes down to basically is people think that people want to hear them talk. They want to see them game. Hell, that's the whole point of this podcast.
Yeah.
We assume people want to hear us and talk to us, but they don't.
No. The entire point of this podcast is just we wanted an excuse to have a drink each week.
Yeah, fair point.
Which is why, even if we go bi-weekly, we'll find something to do the next week.
The great thing is, I drink twice as much, so we come back. But the whole point is, people genuinely think that people want to watch them play games, and really, there's only very few that manage to sustain that level of credibility.
Yeah,
Yogscast and such, where you enjoy watching them.
Yeah,
because they're entertaining.
Their character. You don't. PewDiePie proved it. PewDiePie. I think I told you the story earlier. PewDiePie proved the point in that he got 3.5 million viewers for playing YouTube, for playing Google for 30 minutes. And that was to prove a point. It was to prove the point that if you the subscribers,
doesn't matter what he's doing,
it doesn't matter what he's streaming, what he's recording, as long as he's recording something, his subscribers will watch him. I'm slightly confused.
Oh God, what's happening? So,
if
the video goes horribly wrong...
No, I know what happened there. There is a limit on the actual length of a video. You can record constantly, but it stops every now and again.
59 seconds. If it goes over an hour, it becomes a video recorder.
Yeah.
Something like that, isn't it? So yeah, if you get a weird kind of... Yeah.
You'll get a glitch in there. Anyway, but it's moved on to another video. First cast members for World of Warcraft movie revealed. Who gives a shit? It's not going to be good.
You changed your tune?
It's not.
You're right, it's not. It's a game movie adaptation of a series that's on its way out. But either way...
It's not. There's nothing to it. It's not going to be what It's not going to be what Warcraft fans want. It's not going to be what World of Warcraft fans want, and they are two very distinct crowds.
And it's definitely not going to be what mass market wants.
Yeah,
because it's full of fucking geeks.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's true though, isn't it?
Yes.
Right.
It is. It's completely true.
Warcraft. Warcraft fans.
I can't argue. While over my shoulder there is a Star Wars advent calendar.
Exactly. Point proven. Right. Tomb Raider. Wii U? Where are we going with this?
Well, I'm not sure which ones we have. GOG and Money Back. This is still a good one. GOG are quickly proving themselves to be quite a powerhouse.
Well, they have the benefit of they're selling games that are long past their prime.
But the people still want to play.
Yeah. And the point of this is, if a game's long past its prime, it's not going to make any money.
Yeah.
Unless somebody promotes it. GOG are the ones promoting it.
Yeah, and so they're doing a good job.
Yeah, GOG are the sole promoters, which means they have a bit more power with the publishers and the developers and whoever owns the rights to these games. It's not always that simple.
Yeah.
So they can do things that you wouldn't usually expect. So, for example, to release a DRM-free game that you could download, copy to multiple machines... and now refund if it's not working.
This is the new thing. This week they announced that GOG will give money back guarantee on digital purchases of their DRM free games if you can prove that your PC can't play the game. Now you have to go through the standard customer service process.
Yeah.
And they will try their damnedest to get the game working on your PC. Now, if it turns out that your PC just physically can't play the game, then they will refund it.
Yeah. So what this comes down to, basically, is the fact that...
They've double whammied it, basically. They've double whammied it because they've got the PR coup of they will refund digital purchases, and they will find, because they're forcing everybody to go through the... customer service process, the few remaining PCs that their bundles don't work on, they will find the fixes.
The great thing is, if this doesn't work on your PC is fucked. It's basically the man.
Yeah, basically, if your PC doesn't run a game that's come from GOG, then your PC's screwed.
Yeah, but DRM free means share it with your mates, do what you want.
Yeah.
But they're relying on the general good nature of humans.
Well,
GOG
have always sold themselves on that thing. It's basically you make the service good enough, people aren't going to pirate it.
Yeah. Well, why would you?
And anybody that is going to pirate it wasn't going to buy it in the fucking first place.
Yeah. Not only that, but if I share with you one game, chances are you're then going to go on there at some point, make your own account, and get more games.
Yeah. Because
the old games are... they're kind of fleeting moments. I know it sounds daft, but if you go back and play an old game, you don't necessarily play it all the way through.
I can tap this on a single game. Surgeon Sim. You came around here, logged into your Steam account, made me play Surgeon Simulator. We recorded us drunkenly doing it. It's fucking hilarious. I've since bought it.
There you go. See?
I'm no better at it.
Have you got to... I want to point out, I can't do Surgeon Simulator sober. Drunk, I got to the point where I had to do brain surgery, and I called it a night. Sober, I can't get past the first one, which is heart surgery. I stab the guy to death every time I try. It's like I apply logic and reason when really all you have to do is stab him, slice him, take the heart out, put the new one in, job done.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you get these videos on YouTube of some guy
doing a heart transplant in 30 seconds.
Yeah, or even better, when they smash the skull, take the brain out, and then throw the next one in.
Yeah.
They don't place it, they throw it like a basketball shot, and it goes in and they win. I can't even get a fucking heart out. The kidneys now, they're terrible.
Oh dear.
2 of the bastards. Sorry, carry on.
Tomb Raider's coming to the Xbox One, PS4. Yeah, we knew that was coming.
Yeah.
And the retailer Zavvi.
I feel like this is the light-hearted kind of bit at the end.
Yeah, Zavvi are idiots.
Yeah.
What they did. Do you want to tell them? Or
yeah, why not? If you ordered a game from Zavvi for the PS Vita, I don't know if it was a particular game or just any.
It was Tearaway.
Yeah, so there you go. If you ordered Tearaway for PlayStation Vita from Zavvi, they decided that they wanted to reward you, kind of. So what they did is they sent you a PlayStation Vita.
To actually put it into context, they had Tearaway on the site and they had a Tearaway PS Vita bundle. And everybody that ordered Tearaway got the PS Vita bundle, regardless.
Doesn't really clear it up, does it?
Yeah.
Basically, their IT system fucked up properly.
Yeah, their IT system had the same code for both the Vita game and the bundle.
Yeah, so
and they shipped out Vitas for everyone.
Yeah, so lots of people got this bundle and then thought, fuck yeah, I've got a PlayStation Vita again. I imagine you wouldn't order the game without a Vita.
Yeah.
You never know. So people got these Vitas, and then a couple of days later they got an email saying, return the Vita or else we're going to sue you.
Well, no, this is where some of the vitriol's gone in there. Now, Zavvi did send emails out saying, can you please send back these Vitas? This was a mistake. We should not have sent them to. And they got quite a few back, which is fair enough. But the savvy people among them realised that under the terms of sales and under the Consumer Protection Act, they didn't actually have to send that back. That anything, the terminology is that anything that is sent that is above and beyond what you originally ordered can be considered a gift by the company.
Yes, but according to the Distance Selling Act and according to the Consumer Advice Bureau, Customer Advice Bureau?
Consumer Advice
Bureau, you are not allowed to keep that because it was sent in mistake. And you were duly informed. And this is basically what they said.
This is where where it told, because it took them a while to get to it. It was considered a gift, and these people that are refusing to hand it back are considering it that Zavvi gave them a gift.
Good luck to them.
Whereas Zavvi are working on your side of the thing, which you know better, which is the fact that they've proven that they didn't give it. He was given a mistake, but now one of them has to prove the other wrong. But what Zavvi did wrong is they basically sent threatening letters to everyone.
It wasn't even that threatening. They just said you have a deadline.
Yeah, you have a deadline. Send us this back, or we will sue you.
They didn't say sue. They said take legal action.
They said
it sounds slightly calmer than we're going to sue the balls off you. Same outcome, but yeah. Either way, kind of funny.
It is funny because they're not going to win that.
Yeah.
Even if they win it and get all their PS Vitas back, they are not going to win it in terms of PR. They would have won better value in PR just to go, we done goofed, and just let a PR press release out saying, you know what, they can all fucking keep them.
Yeah, but we don't know how many.
Yeah. No, but once the first wave came back, let the people who kept them keep them. Because from what I've read, the majority of people contacted and returned.
Yeah. Damn those nice people in the world.
Yeah. Turns out the world isn't filled with bastards.
Yeah. But then why would you reward the bastards? If anything, I'd send it back to the people that sent them back and tell the bastards that kept them to give them back.
Possibly. Anyway.
Because they shouldn't be rewarded.
Let's go into the extra time stuff. Because
this is all the quick things and awesome bits that really amused us, and you should...
Lego Last of Us. Somebody has made a trailer for a Lego Last of Us game, and
I don't think that needs further explanation.
It's never going to happen, but watch the video because it's fucking incredible.
There is a Postmaster type simulator thing.
Postmaster is a postal simulator, so you take control of an entire city's postal system.
Yeah, not only can you just own a bit of the Royal Mail, you can actually pretend to be the Royal Mail.
Yep.
So you can run your own postal system-y thing.
Yep. Professional Farmer 2014 is a game and has a demo on Steam.
Yeah, this isn't Farming Simulator. This is another farming game.
Yep.
Completely separate from Farming Simulator, where you can be a farmer professionally.
Yeah.
Which I think deserves some kind of recognition.
The group that... There is a group out there that downport games.
Oh, this is just right.
Actually back... They'll take modern games and port them back to previous generations. And some they have gone out of their way and have backported Super Hexagon to the Commodore 64, and it actually plays incredibly well.
Yeah, but Super Hexagon is not a complicated game, it's just a very frustrating game.
Yeah.
Very frustrating game. I've still not quite mastered it. I'd last 3. Yeah. It doesn't go well. The Division Snowdrop engine is definitely worth a look, so we've got a video on that, and that is it's awesome looking.
Yep. EverQuest Next is going to feature a moddable UI. There's new videos for that, so that's worth looking at.
Yep, we've got an early look at GTA Online's content creator,
which has actually come out now.
Is it out?
It's out now.
Oh.
So you can actually start creating your own race tracks, race routes, and I think combat routes. I can't remember.
I've no idea.
There's basically 2 of the content creator modes are out. 2 of the mission types are content creatable at this point.
That sounds awesome.
Yep.
I'm sure Roy will go nuts with that, given that he's addicted.
Yep.
Charlie Brooker's got an awesome video that's doing the rounds at the minute.
On 4 On Demand, find Charlie Brooker's How Gaming Has Changed the World.
Yeah, that's the first point.
That's the one to watch first. And then watch this video of Charlie Brooker talking to Jon Snow, who is one of the most well-known news presenters here in the UK about gaming.
I like to think he's the perfect example of how the media can warp you slightly.
Yeah,
he
is old media, and he has no interest in gaming.
Well, he's clearly bought into what's in the media as well.
Yeah.
Because he's constantly throughout this video saying, well, why are we killing people? And there's no killing going on.
Yeah.
They're playing a game where there is no killing.
They're playing Lego Marvel superheroes.
Yeah, and there is nothing violent about it.
No.
I mean, I'm not saying Lego Marvel doesn't contain any violence. It does, but it's kind of childhood violence.
The best bit for me is just the fact that Jon Snow thinks he's doing really well and he's actually playing a cutscene.
Yeah. Well, I think the best bit is the description. You're like a dog at the controls of a helicopter.
Yeah.
Just that mental image of seeing my dog at the controls of a helicopter. It's like, yeah, actually, you're about right. Yeah, why not? And finally, we have
gameplay footage of Dying Light, which is a game that looks...
We should promote this more, because Dying Light looks worth promoting.
Yeah.
It actually looks... It's like Mirror's Edge with zombies. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like a really kind of response, but I really hope it's good. Because that concept looks good.
Yes.
It could work brilliantly.
Yes.
But I don't know enough about the developer to...
This is the downside.
Whereas if you gave this to DICE, I would think they could make an awesome game. The developer behind Dead Island Riptide.
Yeah.
Now I know Dead Island. I've played a bit of Dead Island, but I've not played Dead Island Riptide.
Riptide was better.
I've heard it's improved. Yeah. I just hope it meets. I hope that little bit of extra polish gets put on. Because that is the be all and end all of any game.
Yeah.
Those final little bits that determine the difference between a good game and a great game. And it could be epic.
It could be epic.
Amazing so far. But that's for you to decide, so go have a look.
Yeah, and we're done.
Yeah. I feel like we should do a little outro thing.
You want to redo the outro?
Yeah, we could say, like, if you want to follow us on YouTube, there's a link over here. I'm covering both eventualities here.
It's probably down.
Is it? It was to the right on screen. You had a.
Are we going to load YouTube?
So that's like left in real life. So it's over there.
No, fuck it. Oh bollocks! Who cares?
Subscribe on YouTube or follow us on Twitter. That's about it.
If you're watching this, you probably just finished watching either our Talking Point or Drinky Talky Thingy videos on for this week. There would be a nice outro sequence that had both of us in it, and there was one recorded. I've accidentally deleted it from my hard drive, so this is a very short one. It will be replaced next week. If you liked the video, then please hit that like button down below. It doesn't bother me whether you do or don't, but YouTube seems to like it. It apparently is part of their algorithm that lets people see this video that don't normally. Also, if you aren't already subscribed, chances are you already are, then also hit that subscribe button. It would be great to think people actually like us, but we do this anyway, whether you like us or not. If you want to contact us, then obviously there's the comments below. There is Facebook, which you can get to via our Alliance shortcut, 8bitalliance.com/Facebook. You're on the YouTube channel probably, but if you're not, it's 8bitalliance.com/YouTube. Twitter, we've got @DrunkenGamer, which is me, @D_Gao, which is Gao, and @8bitalliance, which is the podcast feed itself, which effectively is just me. So you can tweet that one, but you're just as easy tweeting me. Other than that, we'll be back with the next episode shortly, and until then, please consider looking at these videos over here. If I've done this outro right, there should be videos there. If not, then just ignore my waving finger. It just makes me look silly.